Good thing about harmonicas, you can't wear yourself out. Dr. John.
We're practicing the same wood floor and everything. There were 4 of us at that time. Now, Don is still an original member, but he came on at that period of time still to become a regular member. But that night, it was me, Buster McDaniel, Harry Stewart, Stamps Chandler, and Brad Vinson, right?
And Butch.
And Butch.
Yeah.
And we were part of the entertainment for Miss Hamilton County contest.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
I think was it. Then anyway, we were also members of the football team, so they wouldn't let us wear our hair long, so we couldn't do that. But not that we didn't
Not if you
push the
played for
limits.
Brewer.
Okay, yeah. And so a couple weeks after that, someone suggested that we be a real band. In other words, that night we were just kind of entertainers with guitars and trying to be, you know, rock stars or something. But anyway, so we decided to officially start. Somebody wanted to call us the Hamiltonians that night. It was our band director, and we kind of niched that. Can you imagine today, all the Hamiltonians? So we changed that real fast to the Rebellions.
We were probably 13, 14 years old, and Stamps Chandler was, or he called us one day. He got with Buster and me, and he said, "What do you think about us starting a band?" Never thought about it. We decided we'd play. We'd play for that intermission. So we had one big old amp, old Silvertone Sears amp. I didn't have any drums, didn't have anything to play. I never played drums.
New earpiece right
I just knew I could play. I don't know how I did it. I went to the band room and I got the old bass drum, set it down. Mr. Oldham had just bought a foot pedal for the drums. So I put that on there. I got me one of those big old thick cymbals, and I tied it up on a stand from my ride cymbal. And I went in there and I got one of those old snare drums about that big, and I set it down there. So that particular night, thank you, brother. Intermission came. The curtains closed. We got our stuff. We drug it out there. We set it up. Right before the curtain opened, Mr. Oldham said, "What's your name?" I said, "I don't know. We don't have a name." So the curtain opens, and he says, ladies and gentlemen, the Hamiltonians."
And we kind of branched out then and started looking for players, and Don was one of them. And we got him bass and saxophone. We played anything from Sam the Sham and the Wooly Bully to Because by the Dave Clark Five.
And of course we had to have Wipeout to show Butch. Butch was coming along on the drums, And I'm telling you, he was super on Wipeout. We were doing the Lonely Bull. You were doing that on the horn back then.
Yeah, just by,
Yeah, you know, just you and I think Brad actually picked up the keyboard
Yep.
and started playing keyboard. So then we done the Lonely Bull. That was where the first time we ever had a horn in our band was you blowing that. You remember that?
yeah, professional.
Yeah, I remember when we first started, we went to your house, I think, and his dad taught me guitar and taught me what he called some of his army chords, and I still use them today because he didn't play with his finger capoed. He played all in the G position, and anyway, he called it army chords. And I remember sitting with Buster, me and Buster and his dad was sitting there playing, and then after that we went to Stamps' house, you know, and that's when we were just starting to think, well, maybe, you know, maybe we can play a little bit, because your dad done country and gospel type,
Yeah.
and we wanted to hear rock and roll, and his dad really didn't want to hear rock and roll. He wanted to, you know, so we kind of slid away and started.
But he went along with it.
Oh yeah,
At some point, Harry dropped off the bass and they came to my house and recruited me. We started, in those days, you hear a song on the radio, you get together in the living room, you tell them what the chords are, and they play it. I mean, it was just, you'd play the record 2 or 3 times and we'd have it down.
We were good enough to play places, but we were a garage band, okay? And so we were kind of, I don't know, I would say clangy and good, but
well, we went to remember the Battle of the Bands.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it was in Lake City.
Yeah.
So we went over and
Live
played
Oak.
in Live Oak and
Coliseum and
Yep.
Live Oak.
We went over and played in that, and I thought we'd done real good.
Well,
I mean,
we won that because we took 100 kids with us when we went from Jasper. And
we took our following.
we took our following, okay, so it was kind of cool to go there. And that's
that
where
was
we
our
got,
big time player.
that's where we got Robert Peterson, because he was a member of the band that we played against.
Yeah.
And he came and joined us after that, not too long after that, right?
Yeah,
About
he,
2 weeks,
he
2 or 3
liked our
weeks.
music, I think, better than who we was playing with. So.
And, I mean, that's, you know, that was, I mean, Butch did a song, our drummer did a song with just a guitar, and Brad played guitar, then did a song called Yesterday. And everybody loved that. In Unchained Melody, Butch sang that. Butch had a great voice. His voice is a little tired now, but all of us are a little tired. Most of us are pushing 70, are already there. Recently had a birthday. Harry's broke 70, right?
Yeah, a couple of times.
Steve and I just hit 70. And Don's still a child.
Yeah,
Played anywhere
68.
from American Legion places to veterans places to
Paget's Tavern.
Paget's Bar in Lake City. I don't know how we ever got there, but I know that the whole band had to come to my house and talk my dad into letting me go.
Yeah.
Okay, because this was basically a bona fide bar. Okay, so we were all underage. All right, but I remember we played there, and they didn't have a stage, so they cleared the center of the bar out, and we set everything up on top of the bar, and we were playing while people around us were drinking and stuff, and it was like a bunch of kids up there. I said, I don't know how we ever got away with doing that.
Yeah, it's a little scary.
We played for about 2 years, I guess, wasn't it?
Yeah.
65, 67 until we graduated.
Yeah,
Most
till
of
you
us graduated in
graduated, yeah.
67. You and Butch did graduate with 68, but we were.
Yeah, I graduated in 69.
When
he,
did-
he was a year ahead of me.
Yeah.
When did we disband anyway? Do we know?
Me and Stamps graduated in '66,
That,
and right after that, somewhere in the late '66, I left town. I got married and moved up to Waycross, Georgia, so that kind of
Yep.
took me out of the band, and then y'all continued on.
Yep.
So somewhere late in '66.
I
Could
think
be
we
early
went
67,
in
I don't remember.
67 playing too because we were.
Yeah.
I'm thinking 68. Sometime.
Yeah,
68.
probably
69.
late.
Late 68. But I know getting back together, it started right here at this auditorium because we were having a 50th class reunion. And Butch was here, our drummer, and one of the people, one of our classmates said, y'all should get the rebellions back together. And I looked at Butch and looked at me and he says, we should do that. He looked at me kind of serious, and I went, are you serious? And he went, I said, you know, if we do this, I said, it's 100%, 110. I said, because I don't do anything but 100%. And we called him right away after he didn't even hesitate. He just said, I'm there. What we got? And I say, well, I'll let you know. Call this guy. And he says, well, I'm busy right now. He says, but I think I can do that. I think I can work that in.
But, you know, my heart was still in rock and roll, and my heart was with these guys here. And when he called me and asked me, I thought, oh, Lord, yeah, I'd love to do that. I'd love to get back into some of the 60s and early 70s, and, you know, that's just where my heart is, rock and roll. Of course, I play bluegrass now, but...
Used to tell my kids about when we were in a band and playing rock and roll, and they thought that was kind of neat. And my wife had told me before they ever called me a couple of years, boy, it'd be neat if you could do that again, you know. I said, no, that'll never happen. Everybody's scattered and gone here and there. And so when they called me about getting back together, yeah, I was on board, you know. My wife was excited.
I started playing guitar when I was 12 years old. We traveled with the migrant stream to Michigan and all and picked the cotton. I picked 160 pounds of cotton when I was 12. And a guy that was Carl Perkins' first cousin, his name is Jerry Brentley. He and his son were the best guitar players and still are to me in the world. They taught me to play guitar, and I went from making 3 cents a pound of cotton to $50 a night when I was 14 years old. And I quit school at 15 and went on the road with a guy named Terry Cobb, who used to work with a country star named Norvell Phelps. And then I just continued playing music steadily until I got drafted. Wound up in Vietnam, come back, and started playing shows, guitar for, there's Gary Stewart, who's a country star. He opened for Allman Brothers, opened for Alabama Junior, and played guitar for John Anderson, and played guitar for a lot of country stars at the Big Steel in Fort Myers, Florida. And then I was at home. I retired from working at the prison after 30 years. And I went home and was just getting my guitars and stuff together when Harry Stewart and John Davis come up in the yard and asked me if I would play guitar with the Governors. And I thought it was a pleasure. And get over here and meet a bunch of new people, Donna. And,
well, it's not a pleasure. You've had that at all races.
You know, and Steve and all these people, and it's just been a blast.
So I started singing in church. I took piano as a little girl and hated it. So that's not I wasn't hired to play piano. That's just to kind of try to help out right now. But so I've always sang in high school, sang in a band in high school, sang in a band after high school, and then got into life and being a mom and wife and all that. And so I haven't really played in a really long time. John Davis, who was one of your recruiters, he and I ran into each other when his daughter was singing, and he said, "Are you still singing?" And I said, "Mm-mm." And he said, "Do you want to?" And I said, "Well, maybe." So I came down here one day, and they didn't run me off.
You're good.
And I don't know about all that, but it is the coolest thing being the only female, because they do not treat me special. They give me just all the crap that they give everybody else. But I'm the female and the youngest. I like to say that.
Oh, you know, we take care of it.
They do. They look after me, and I'm really having a good time. Good group of guys.
with Buster and Don and Butch and Harry. We all went to school together. We are the original Rebels, Hamilton County Rebels. And back then, my musical background was that I was in the band. Buster and I played trumpets together. And Buster and Brad and all these guys formed a band, and I just really wasn't interested in all that back then. Rather play sports and take care of all that end of it. But my life took me down to the University of Florida. It took me to the Navy for 6 years, where I flew jets off aircraft carriers and crazy stuff like that. And then I was with the airlines for as long as Eastern Airline lasted, about 10 years. And my life's always been in transportation. Went from the high and fast to low and slow, down with trucks. I drove a semi for 12 years. Saw the country, beautiful experience. And I've always loved music and always been just singing with music. And I could, I'm a shower singer, and just railing at the top of my voice, riding down the road, and people looking at me, especially when I picked up my harmonica and was playing along. I said, what is this guy doing over there? Is he paying attention? And that was just for my own entertainment. But little did I know then, I was kind of grooming myself for what happened later, which is, I think, if you like music in all of us, there's a hidden little musician and a rocker that wants to get out. And my gosh, how many people actually get to do that? And here I am. They asked me to join back last December, and I just jumped all over it and really I just joined to play the trumpet. And we found out later that I had one or two minor talents and I could lend to the group, and it's just a blast. I have just a great time. And the Rebellions are a family. I found that out. We share in each other's joys. We share in each other's lamentations of sorrow sometimes. We play together and we pray together. And it's just a beautiful life experience. So blessed to be a part of it.
Harvey Oliver got me in band in 7th grade, and got me started playing the trumpet, which I'd never done anything musically at all, and loved it. And then during my 7th grade year, while I was learning, I was sitting out there in the auditorium, and the Rebellion Band put on a concert. I think they were seniors, or at least Buster and them, and I was 7th grader. And I remember Butch playing the drums, and Wipeout, and Wooly Bully, I don't remember what else. Remember Brad, Stamps, Harry, and all of them. And it was just, loved it back then. But I never saw them play again. And then when Butch and them were starting the band back up, they needed somewhere to keep their instruments. They were hunting somewhere to practice, and he called me up because we're friends. So I was hunting a place in another building for them to store the instruments. And I had started learning to play guitar because my daughter was trying to get her to learn because she's singing. And I said, well, hey man, I can still play a horn a little bit. If y'all need a horn player, let me know. Get to talk to him off and on. I said, come on down and come to practice. Okay, and I'm here, loving it. Love every minute of it.
Back in the late 50s, early 60s, I was in a number of rock and roll bands. I was still in high school and shortly after. And then I laid the horn down for 60 years, and in Palm Coast, I picked it up again. We started playing a praise band at church. And Roy, or Buster McDaniel, was in that too. And he and his wife and my wife all grew up together, along with John and Harry and several others. And so he, when they started forming this band, he asked me to play with him. And then I picked up the sax again and started playing like the old times. I've been loving it. This has been a great experience, and we're still having fun.
Me and my wife are kind of draftees. We Harry says, John, we need somebody to come and help us with our soundboard. And I'd had a little limited amount of experience with a soundboard, and next thing you know, I'm drafted. And I've got to be supervised, of course, so me and my wife, we turn into the heavy lifters, and we try to make this thing happen and take what they give us and do the best we can with it, and they give us some good stuff.
Buster, Steve, and I were in the same grade in school. I went to the 7th grade here, through the 7th grade, and then I moved to Jacksonville. When I came back to Jasper a few years later, which I've been here ever since, Buster and them started up the band. They needed a piano player, and they asked me if I would do it, and I said no. I'm not don't know enough music to do it with them. But Don has been training me, teaching me all the time. Donna's teaching me, the other piano player. So I'm having fun. I'm enjoying it. It's been a different experience for me. All I've ever done is play by ear. I retired from the county about 5 years ago. I ran for county commissioner, so I'm a county commissioner now.
But when I hear them horns play with John Davis and Ron, Steve, and all these guys, having a rhythm section all my life and then having a horn section is wonderful. It brings, and then with Don on the keyboard, it's just awesome. And then there's William. He's in Paris now, isn't he?
He's over in the Med cruising around.
Yeah, somewhere.
Probably in Greece by now.
He's the county commissioner here, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Willie Mitchell. And when they get him and Don on the keyboard, it's just awesome. It's fun.
I really can't think of one member of this band that we don't need.
Really?
You know, if one person left, it would be detrimental to us, I think.
I feel so fortunate to be around a guitarist of his caliber.
Oh my gosh.
Because I only heard them on records all of my life, and to be able to come up here and rehearse and do shows with Lonnie, it's just a wonderful feeling.
I'll pay you later. I'll pay y'all later.
Yeah.
He's truly a star.
And I tell you, just listening to him made me want to pick up. I never played a guitar in my life, but I wanted just hearing him. Now I do have one, and I'm in the kindergarten, and he's got a doctorate in the thing. So it's a great experience.
All good people. It's all, I know this is cliche, but it's all, we love God, we love the country, we love our military. All of us do. And we're very proud. Everything we do with respect for that. But even though we pick and bicker, play, we don't have any serious problems. We all get along great. It really is like a family. They're all nice people to be around.
Great camaraderie. It's good. Even when we have birthdays, we just went through all that.
Yeah, we make it all fun. I mean, we just have a blast doing it, and it's something, we've done quite a few shows now for free for the veterans, and we love doing that. We'd love to do some more for nursing homes or something if we could put it together. Right. It's our little bit we can give back. Such a good group. Everybody keeps everybody grounded.
We just kind of share.
We all pick at each other, but they're good people in that room. I'm probably the most sarcastic, stirring in the bunch, but it's all in good. I mean, we have a blast.
So where do you go from here?
Wow, that's a big question.
Recording.
start them. Yeah, we're getting better and better all the time, and hopefully we'll do some greater things in the future.
It's always been in our heart to get it back together. Now here we are, and I'm enjoying the heck out of it.
Yeah. Just reliving, some things you don't think you'll ever relive.
Let's see, it was Thorazine, street drug. I hibernated, and then the doctor gave me some Viagra.
Oh my God!
Then I got good, and I got healed. I was healed, okay? I'm back at it again, playing it.
No, I was just kidding as they came in. Look, y'all get to eat, we don't. Harry, take a seat over here. Okay, you're already, camera's running by the way. Okay, so don't be like a vulgar mouth anymore. Don, camera's rolling and you're over there drinking. Okay.
Get over here.
And you put down the bottle for 1 minute. Okay. This is don't do. Let me take 27. There. Hey, the camera's over here. Unless they're taking it over there. What's that? Are we rolling? I thought we were. I thought you said we were. Oh, good. Oh, that one is? Oh, that one's gonna be good. Okay.
Quick squirrel on the stage.